Super Mega Eric 1 here again, this time with my logo video for the Warthogs. You guys really seem to like this one. If my video looks a little different than this batch that I'm doing, I'm actually sitting further back on my couch. I'm recovering from my COVID shot, and so I'm in a little bit of body ache pain, and the chair that I have for sitting up closer sucks. So you guys are gonna have to deal with this for maybe a couple videos till I'm no longer aching. All right, so here's the Warthogs. A nice, easy one. It's not a true side-facing one. It's sort of a three-quarter view, so it does make things look a little different. Made it a little bit more challenging, but I really like the way this one came out. I like the way the jerseys came out too. Let's go to the jerseys. So I used 23, which is the two-toned jersey, and I don't usually use this one that often, and I just wanted to play with it. I actually like the way it kind of turned out. I don't do too many gray jerseys, and I think this one looks kind of nice with the dark gray and the black. And then if we go over to the home, I use 20. I'm absolutely in love with jersey 20. To me, if you're going to do large chest logos like I do, or even if you can do a small upper right patch for a logo, I love this jersey. I don't know what it is about it, because it's like you can have your secondary color, but it's not overwhelming, and your primary color, like the white, stands out, and it gives you lots of space for your logo. So this is pretty much like my favorite for doing. And if you pay attention, probably 30 to 40% of my jerseys with the large logo is probably jersey 20, if not more. Maybe not my earlier stuff, but anything from just before we started getting into 32 layers. I think it pretty much did a lot of these. Actually, I had to get away from it for a while because I realized I did like 20 logos in a row where I used that jersey. All right, so we get the colors. Do a light gray, black, a darker gray, a white, and then I do this, I don't know what you want to call it, light blue, turquoise blue, kind of right in the middle of the light blue, maybe just a shade into the green. Just wanted to have an eye color that popped. Okay, I don't really use it in the jersey. You could do red if you wanted to too, but I think the lighter color works out really, really well. All right, so 32 layers of this beauty. Square 2 in white, 0, 0, 0, 135 scale. Pinched oval, we're doing the ears. Pinched oval 2, it's -29, 117, 268 rotation, 64 scale. Copy it and do it in the dark gray. -65, 116, 263 rotation, 38 scale. All right. Then we go to shield for the kind of the ridge line from the head. And again, because we're kind of doing this at 3/4, it's a reason why it's off where it is. It may look off-centered, but it's actually, if you were really looking at it, it would, at a 3/4 angle like this, it's what it would look like. Shield 6, black, 53, 37, 115 rotation, 67 scale. And then square 3, -67, 13, 8 rotation, and 11 scale. It may seem kind of odd, some of the way the layers work out here, but you have to remember, I start working on things and then I decide, I try to do major shapes first, and then if I need to do fill-ins, I put them in and I drop them down layers. So that's why sometimes things may seem a little disjointed. It's because I don't want to show you a video of me creating it and then moving things up and down layers to get them exactly where I wanted to. So that's just the way it looks like. It'll seem odd while you're making this. All right, shield 6 to get more of the neck, and it'll give a little bit of background color behind the eyes. So shield 6 in black, 84, 35, 239 rotation, 62 scale. Then half circle in dark gray. This will be the cheek and kind of the jowl a little bit on the left side of the face, left side for the animal, not our right side from us looking at it. In dark gray, 21.3, 136 scale, 25. And then rectangle 3, which is a common one I use for, that's the sort of a snout, the nose bridge on a lot of longer faced animals. In light gray, negative 29, 30, 12 rotation, 35 scale. Pinched oval 1 in light gray, negative 66, negative 60, 325 rotation, 18 scale. And then, of course, switch 10 in black, negative 97, 17, 258 rotation, 24 scale. Copy it in white, negative 99, 14, 255 rotation, 17 scale. So when I did this, I did it this way, not knowing if I was going to have enough layers to do an outline. So I figured I would just do this as a precaution. I figured if I ever needed to save a layer and I could use outline down the road, then I would take that off. All right. Another thing you can do too is if you take the Warthogs off, because it's a W and then the rest of the name, what you could do is you can move both switch 10s all the way to the top and then do the outline of just those right up top so they can both pop. That's another thing you can do as a modifier on this. Pinched oval on the other side. Probably when I look, looking back, I probably could have just used half circle to save a layer here, but I think I would. At the time, I was just. I don't know what I was doing at the time on this one. So, but anyway, pinched oval 1, light gray, negative 36, negative 60, 40, and 18 on the scale. Yeah, sometimes I'm not going to even know why I did what I did, unless I get to the point of doing videos like right after I make the logo, which I'm still quite a ways from being at that point. Triangle 3, black, negative 69, negative 40, 34, 101 rotation, 12 scale. Swish 10 for the other tusk, 10, 8, 112 rotation, 18 scale in white. Then triangle 3 in black, negative 33, negative 34, 259, and 13 on the scale. Triangle 4, give a little shading on the face. In the dark gray, negative 56, 36, 18 rotation, 34 scale. Parallelogram 2, that's the ridge above the left eye. In light gray, 18, 98, 67 rotation, and 9 scale. Half circle rim, this will be for the eye in that really light blue. And that one's at 1959, 321 rotation, and 5 scale. And again, the reason I did this was because when I created and I got the background of, the hair ridge line on top and then that neck, it covered up a lot of the stuff for the eye, so I didn't have to waste a layer in there. And then it just allowed me to do that half circle rim to make an eye kind of pop out, and I didn't have to waste a lot of layers on eyes on this one. I'll be perfectly honest, when I was doing this, I kind of boxed myself into that corner. And again, necessity, me being the mother of invention, half circle rim works out perfectly on this one. Okay, and then we do the ear. The left ear, triangle 2, light gray, 59, 91, 318 rotation, 26 scale, and then do the shading on the ear. So copy triangle dark gray, 60, 382, 316 rotation, 17 scale. And then we go to triangle 3 because I want the ear to be a certain size. And triangle 3 in black, 53, 82, 325 rotation, and 27 scale. And parallelogram 3, just need to cover up some space here. And it's in light gray, negative 28, 111, 272 rotation, 13 scale. Then trapezoid 1, this is where I actually had to do the background color on this one. So trapezoid 1 in black, negative 75, 71, 339 rotation, 16 scale. Pinched oval 2, I kind of debated this one, what I wanted to do, and you could go different directions. You could take the parallelogram 3 I did on the other side and do it there, just kind of change the size a little bit. I think it kind of works with the way it is, but it also at the point, it's the one thing I know it stands out. I'm like, not sure if I like this, but we're going to keep it. So in light gray, negative 51, 97, 6 rotation, 23 scale. Then half circle rim, the other I, light blue, -75, 60, 60 rotation, 5 scale. And then I do, okay, so here's why I tell you play around with text, okay, because I needed to do something to the hair to style it so it just didn't look very geometric. I know this isn't realism here. I'd need a lot more layers to do that, but you know, if I can sit there and stylize a few things here so it looks a little bit different, this is where using text comes in hand. So I do the capital E in font 17, skew, vertical is 44. Now I'm going to change the color so you can see how it looks. Okay, you can see how that pops up like that. So I skewed it a little bit and put it right up on the top, and I moved it into white, which is the same color as the background, and that's how you get that effect. You can do this with several different fonts on the E that work out really well. What ones that do? Yeah, so 17 works well. There you go. 8. You use 7 if you skew it in a certain way. You know, 4 can be done for certain things too. So, all right. Then triangle 4 in light gray, just to stylize the top there a little bit, is -12, 144, 168 rotation, 25 scale. And then I do ampersands right there, 2 of them. Font 15, and in black, that gives you the nostrils. At -56, -59, 1 rotation, 7 scale. And these work really well for a lot of things. That particular shape worked really, really nicely. And then I did that line, which is that slightly curvy thing. I had a layer to play with, and I wanted to stylize it a little bit. So black, -36, 51, 279 rotation, and 26 scale. Also, triangle 4 would work really well too. So like this triangle, if you wanted to, you know, did something like that, and you know, that would work as well. You know, if you want to do something like that. And then shield 6, because I need to finish off that area around the eye. In black, -83, 88, 338 rotation, 12 scale. And then Warthogs in font 15, and that's at 43, 179, 0, and 19. And capital W also in the font 15, that's at -65, -156, 0, and 22 scale. So there you go. This one, because I was going for a 3/4 profile look, did take me a little bit longer. This was a little closer to 2 hours as I was trying to play with a lot of things. And now that I come back to it with more of what I know, I might do a few things differently. I'd probably take the line out and maybe go with the triangle 4. I may change the area around the right eye, left from our perspective, but right for the character, and maybe change that up a little bit, you know. But then I might, like I said, take the swish 10s and move them all the way up to the top layer, and then do an outline on those so that the one on the creature's left or right would have an outline as well. That's another thing you could do. And I would probably maybe put an arc over around that neck area, stretching, you know, where the shield is, because it's just a lot of black there with nothing. I might do a light gray arc there if I saved a couple layers here and there. So that's what you can do, you know. And so, like I said, I like the way this one came out. If you put on the jersey, just keep the E in the white if the jersey's going to be white. Probably, I tried other colors, but it didn't really seem to work with the other ones, and white just seemed the best on it. Nice, easy logo. Once I took, you know, advantage of things I knew on how to make this look. This was actually one of my first 3/4 profile ones, and I'm starting to get a few more. So I'm playing around with that, wanting to get more creative. The side-facing ones are nice to a point, because you don't have to make them symmetrical, but then you have the straight-on ones, and you have to make them symmetrical for the most part, and you know, it's like you end up blowing through a lot of layers that way. And I wanted to try to do this to see if I can make something that, you know, would give you that little bit of a badass look. I really did like the way this one popped out. Really nice colors. And it looks like what it's supposed to look. A warthog looks like a badass. And warthogs are badass creatures. You know, most people don't mess with them. Most animals don't mess with them. And I think this one came out really, really well. It is a take off of an actual team, but I had to make a lot of modifications to make it work on here. So hope you enjoyed it. And next one up, video 48, is going to be the Dobermans. Thank you.